on eat on fucking powerlifting. Peasant slave food diet and tofu builds muscles, bro. Get it? Yeah. You need 1.3 grams of protein per body weight. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
Box.
What's cool to you is having a game.
And say the rib box with where the palm is. They found that that extra stretch wasn't the pec anymore, that the pectoral tendon just stretched further. Like the tendon just pulled a little further instead of the muscle lengthening more. But then the front delt got put into a deeper stretch. Well, that's interesting.
Sure, yeah.
But that doesn't show that, hey, those lengthened positions weren't really, really good. It's just that it's certain movements, when you go into those lengthened positions, maybe either the muscle is de-emphasized or something like a tendon may stretch further and the muscle itself stops stretching. Therefore, you're not getting any extra muscle fiber contraction. Okay? Right? And I think a take home that I would say with a lot of this, so there's some evidence to it being better. And I'm not going to discount and say there's no evidence and it's not even possibly true. I'm going to lean in the direction of a lot of exercises, those lengthened positions, probably really are a little bit better rep per rep. But I think
they're the best. They're superior. They're superior to concentric lifting when it comes to muscular adaptations. The eccentric is superior for muscular adaptations. Get it, bro? Now, if you're looking for neurological adaptations, then yes, concentric is superior than eccentric for those in powerlifting, because the position that you're in is always concentric. So it's good for that. Get it? You understand me? But you'll still recruit more motor units in the eccentric, the lowering phase. Because why? Because you can manage to lower heavier weight than you can lift going with gravity. That's the idea. But I digress, man. Power lifters are not utilizing the eccentric part of the lift. They only want to pull against gravity. Now, if they lowered the weight, they could have somebody, I don't know, they could have somebody stand there and put more weight on the bar while they're standing and then lower it with heavier weight. I don't know. They'd have to figure it out. I don't know, man. You figure it out. Or maybe just hold the weight and then lower it really heavy. I don't know, man. Maybe it's something they want to do or they don't want to do, whatever, in powerlifting. I don't know. It's up to them, man. But that's just neurological strength. But again, you're on a weak body, so you haven't really gotten any muscular gains to maintain that, from getting injured in the eccentric. That's the whole point. But whatever, man. I don't know. Maybe these people will never figure it out.
I think this also becomes a lesser as we start reaching muscle failure. Like you start doing sets to true muscle failure.
Yeah?
It's also reasonable to say that, look, rep for rep, you're probably right, but I think when we start reaching failure across multiple sets,
yeah,
I think that difference gets a lot more normalized, because as we start approaching muscle failure,
again, that's what everybody talks about in the fitness industry. Like, he just regurgitates the same thing they do. Going to muscular failure. Go to failure, bro. Get it?
You start hitting all the muscle fibers anyways.
Again, only a person that actually knows and has experience getting muscular adaptations can explain it to you that it's based on getting muscular adaptations, bro. Get it? Bodybuilding. And if you're not getting them, then there's nothing to grow. So there's no point in being in positive nitrogen balance. See what I mean?
Right? So I do think that those points on the exercise selection, once we start hitting muscle failure or anything beyond like trying to do rest pause or anything else, I think those differences start to shrink very quickly. In particular,
remember, lifting just increases the breakdown of these proteins. You're building up and breaking proteins down all day long. So now you're adapted, going to the gym, breaking down proteins faster than they would normally break down during the day. And so then what do? You need to consume more food. So you go home and then you're hungry. You have to consume because you've broken down proteins and then you need to replace them. You need to put them back. Get it? And so that's all you're going to the gym for, to increase the breakdown in protein so that you can go and consume more, spend more money in consuming more food. Get it? And it's usually peasant slave food diet. So there you go, man. Are you promoting health? No. You're just increasing the deterioration of your body because of peasant slave food diet, breaking down and then replacing it rapidly with peasant slave food diet. Get it, dude? And then that is shortening your lifespan. That is deteriorating you faster, and then you're gonna age, bro. You're gonna look like a mummy like the rest of these guys. Get it, dude?
Particularly if you do that for more than one set for a muscle.
You know, maybe if you were replacing it with like raw beef, if you ate raw beef and you replaced it with grass-fed, grass-finished raw beef, right? Good proteins. That would probably definitely, maybe there would be something there. I don't know. You go to the gym, you work out. Now you're breaking down proteins faster. You come home and then you replace the bad proteins with good proteins, eating grass-fed, grass-finished raw beef. Get it? And that probably would that would definitely make you better, right? That would definitely wear off deterioration. And I don't know about extending life. Maybe it would extend life because now longevity. Get it? Who knows? Yeah.
So it's just points to consider with all of this. All right, guys, but that's really all
I don't see the point in doing that. Going to a gym to break down proteins faster than they're breaking down so you can replace them faster.
Would you like to see my box of tomatoes and cucumbers? I show it to all my patients. Would you like to take a peekaboo? Here you go. Tomatoes and cucumbers. So, we will talk about wrestling. Please, don't turn off the video, please. Please don't turn off the video, I'm just being creepy. So, we've mastered the art of the dioner, or the gyros, as the Greeks call it. So, got my meat. It was a little crumbly.
then they're going out. You have to go run and eat now like crazy. Like the first thing people do, they work out at the gym, and then I see them, they go downstairs. All right, friends, it's Timon. I'm back with a video on Jeremy Ethier to react to a video he posted a bit ago. So I figure I got to do a reaction to it. Anyways, in this video, this gym lifting, recruiting fitness gear or fitness slave. No, he's not on gear. The fastest way to gain 20 pounds of muscle naturally. Okay.
This is a skinny guy, skinny fat guy, and heavier guy. And here's what it looks like if they each gain 5 pounds of muscle, 10 pounds, 15 pounds, and 20 pounds. Gaining that much muscle completely transforms your body no matter your starting point. I know because it happened to me.
It completely transforms your body. How does it transform your body? What do you mean transform? You mean they gain some weight? Okay, whatever, man.
I went from this to this, and just 12 pounds.
He went from skinny to that. Those guys didn't look anything like that, but okay. Yeah. I don't know if this is real. This could be fake. Maybe he's making it up. Maybe just
Statistically, on paper,
he looked like
it
this all
shouldn't
the
have happened because Lexus Falcon has been a lot of talk about hope. I hope Amira Blair wins. I would love it if Amira Blair wins. And wouldn't it be nice if we had an Irish Rev Pro Women's Champion? And I love that everyone hopes, but I need you all to believe. And I'll tell you why I believe. It's because I've done it before. I came out the better woman before. Statistically, on paper, it shouldn't have happened because Lexus Falcon has got a lot more belts than me. She's been in a lot more matches than me. And she's on a run of a lifetime. Some may say she's got her fairy tale ending. But people forget what my fairy tale is. And it's to be the Rev Pro Women's Champion. And I'm not going to let an opportunity like that slip from my fingers. So don't worry, everybody. I'm not going to let you down. There's been a lot of talk about hope. I hope Amira Blair wins. I would love it if Amira Blair wins. And wouldn't it be nice if we had an Irish Rev Pro Women's Champion? And I love that everyone hopes, but I need you all to believe. And I'll tell you why I believe. It's because I've done it before. I came out the better woman before. Statistically, on paper, it shouldn't have happened because Lexus Falcon has got a lot more belts than me. She's been in a lot more matches than me. And she's on a run of a lifetime. Some may say she's got her fairy tale ending. But people forget what my fairy tale is. And it's to be the Rev Pro Women's Champion. And I'm not going to let an opportunity like that slip from my fingers. So don't worry, everybody. I'm not going to let you down. There's been a lot of talk about hope. I hope Amira Blair wins. I would love it if Amira Blair wins. And wouldn't it be nice if we had an Irish Rev Pro Women's Champion? And I love that everyone hopes, but I need you all to believe. And I'll tell you why I believe. It's because I've done it before. I came out the better woman before. Statistically, on paper, it shouldn't have happened because Lexus Falcon has got a lot more belts than me. She's been in a lot more matches than me. And she's on a run of a lifetime. Some may say she's got her fairy tale ending. But people forget what my fairy tale is. And it's to be the Rev Pro Women's Champion. And I'm not going to let an opportunity like that slip from my fingers. So don't worry, everybody. I'm not going to let you down.
There are few things.
There's been a lot of talk about hope. I hope Amira Blair wins. I would love it if Amira Blair wins. And wouldn't it be nice if
time, but it just got a little bit puffier. Maybe he was never that skinny. I don't know. This picture looks really old. Like maybe he was a kid here. So he's trying to compare when he was growing up as a child here, maybe 13, and now he's an adult. Okay, man, whatever.
Those are the right places took my wife from this to this. But here's the problem. Based on the data, less than 5%
Take your wife from this to this, okay.
of people ever gain that much muscle naturally. Not because of age or genetics, it's because without the right plan, sure, you might make some progress early on, but afterwards you get stuck, spending years with the same physique. And more protein, more creatine,
Yeah, because it's based on adaptations, duh. Building muscle.
and more workouts aren't going to help you break through that. It's why I teamed up with 5 of the world's smartest scientists and coaches, experts in all different areas related to muscle growth, to answer one question. What
Oh, experts, all related to muscle growth. These experts. Oh my God.
is the fastest way to gain 20 pounds of muscle naturally? And at the end of this video,
That's an easy one to answer. Adaptations and positive nitrogen balance. That's how you get. That's how you gain 20 pounds of muscle rapidly, fast. Yes.
I'm going to give you a step-by-step plan that combines everything into one simple system. But
If
before
you're adapted to your exercises, then you're not getting any more adaptations. Get it, dude? So, doesn't matter how much you eat, you're not going to build any muscle.
we talk about how to do it, we need to clear something up that almost nobody online is honest about. How long this is actually going to take. Because you'll see fitness coaches everywhere promising 20 pounds of muscle in 3 months. With special sauce? Sure. But naturally, muscle just doesn't work like that. With proper training...
Sure it does. Why do you think they say in science they always write in NCBI? When the group came back in the second week, they got much less damage. One proposed mechanism was an increase in sarcomere number in muscle fibers. So they built muscle, right? They build myofibrillar growth, not talk about sarcoplasmic, bro. I'm talking about myofibrillar hypertrophy. So their muscles hypertrophy through myofibrillars, right? So they gained myofibrils, but guess what? Now they're getting less damage in the second week. And what happens in the third week? It's almost gone. So they may get a little bit more adaptation in the second, third week, and then they completely diminishes. It goes away. Why? Because it's based on adaptations. So what's a unique feature of eccentric exercise is that untrained subjects become stiff and sore the next day due to what? Muscle damage. Okay, what's a unique feature of trained subjects lifting eccentrically? There's no more damage, get it? That's why they get much less damage in the second week. So therefore, there's going to be less adaptations happening. And once the damage diminishes completely, there's zero adaptations. So it doesn't matter how much you eat. That's why power lifters are not getting bigger, because they're not based on muscular adaptations. They're based on neurological adaptations, pulling a heavy weight off the floor.
Nutrition, it takes at least a year to put on that amount of muscle. And then every year after that, you're getting slow by about...
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Listen to what he says. You're going to get this amount and then it slows down. Year 1, 2, 3, 4. There isn't any 1 year, 2, 3, 4 in building muscle. It all happens in the first year. If it doesn't happen in the first few months, then it's never going to happen ever. Let me explain this. If the gains that you're looking for in adaptations, if they don't happen in the first year, they're never going to happen ever.
But here's the good news. Your fastest gains don't actually come when you start lifting. They come when you start lifting properly. So let's start with training, because...
No, they don't. They come when you get a new adaptation. They come when you get adaptations and when you're in positive nitrogen balance for an extended period of time. That's why it can only happen in the first year. It can't happen here, there, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year. You can't be in and out of positive nitrogen balance, and you can't be in and out of having these fucking adaptations. It doesn't work. They have to work synergistically together for them to work. Otherwise, they don't work. One doesn't work without the other.
this is where 90% of your muscle growth actually happens. Take a look at this. 56 of the world's top...
This is where 90% of your muscle growth happens. Where? On this, with injecting drugs? Like these guys, these drug addicts are showing? Why are you showing drug addicts? Listen, why do these people always show drug addicts? He says he's a fitness channel, natural, all this bullshit. And he's constantly showing these fucking people.
Natural bodybuilders. Guys who have naturally built.
Oh, they're natural bodybuilders. They built their bodies naturally. Ah, bullshit, man, they did.
It's well over 20 pounds of muscle, beyond what most guys could achieve even with drugs. And a few months ago,
Yeah, okay, man. Well above what people on drugs can achieve. What are you talking about? Man, holy shit. So vegan people that are negative nitrogen balance, right? They're building muscles naturally, right? But meanwhile, they're taking steroids. They all look the same, like the people eating meat. Whatever, man.
a group of researchers studied their actual training routines to try to find out how they're putting on so much muscle naturally.
Their actual training routines to find out how they're putting on so much muscle. It's their actual training routines that are building muscles, bro. Get it? Training routines do not build muscles. You need to get adaptations.
That you'd expect them to spend hours in the gym, annihilating their muscles with tons of exercises.
They spent tons of hours annihilating their muscles in the gym, annihilating them, okay.
But that's not what they found. On average, they only do about
And what did they find?
12 sets per muscle per week. So for chest, that's 4 sets of
12 sets of muscle per week. Okay, whatever, man.
bench, 4 sets of incline, and 4 sets of flies for the whole week. And for some muscles, they were doing just 6 sets a week.
He said the whole week. The whole week, every single day. You can't get an adaptation, man, muscular adaptation lifting the whole week in a gym. It's impossible.
Probably a lot less than what you're currently doing. And the reason why might surprise you.
The more sets that you're doing, the less benefit you get from each extra set.
That's Dr. Mike Zordos, professor cited in over 6,000 studies, who currently
That's another idiot, a bumpkin.
runs a muscle growth lab out of Florida Atlantic University, where he and his team recently investigated
Who cares?
how much more muscle you grow by doing more sets in the gym. Now,
You don't grow by doing more sets in the gym. You grow when you're in positive nitrogen balance. You go to the gym to get an adaptation. That's the whole idea. And if you're not, then guess what? You're adapted. So there's no more adaptations. Duh.
most people expect a straight line upward. More sets, more growth. But here's what they actually saw.
Yeah, that's wrong. In bodybuilding, to get an adaptation, it can't be in a straight line. It doesn't work that way.
From sets 1 to 5, you're getting a lot of growth. From 5 to 10, you're getting some. And then
You're not getting growth from sets. What are you talking about? Sets don't build muscles, you fool, you bald-headed fool.
every time you add sets after that, we're not as confident that you're still getting more growth.
This guy is imagining things in his head. It's insane.
And so, if training
Yeah, if you're still getting more growth, then why isn't anybody growing in the gym? I go there, I see these people, they're exercising. Go back a year later, they all look the same. They all look the same. I came back a year later, and I seen the same people they were lifting in this little gym I'm going to right now. And guess what? They all look the same. They never changed. And me, as soon as I come in there, I start getting adaptations right away. I look different. I look better. Because the whole point is to get adaptations, not to be a lifting slave. Adapted. If you're adapted, there's no more adaptations. Get it, dude?
longer and longer isn't the best solution, then what is? This is where it gets interesting. So Mike and his team
What is adaptations?
actually ran a second analysis. How much more growth do you get by taking each set closer to failure? The point where you literally
You don't get any growth taking your sets to failure, because a failure cannot build a muscle. Get it, bro? Fucking man, are these people stupid or what?
can't do another rep if your life depended on it. When you stop your set at 8 reps short of failure, which is honestly the intensity I think most gym goers train at, your muscles still grow. But when you push each set,
What? Your muscles still grow. If you go to failure, it still grows. It doesn't grow. Going to failure. It doesn't grow, bro. If there's no adaptation, there's no growth. This is bullshit.
to just 1 or 2 reps short of failure, growth
If you're not in positive nitrogen balance or getting an adaptation, they're not gonna grow.
nearly doubles. And I can hear you already. Jeremy,
He's lying.
Train hard, that's not the problem. Trust me, I have worked with both beginners as well as trained lifters who have plateaued, and they both fail the two simple tests I look for. Number one, if their last rep isn't moving really slow, they aren't pushing hard enough. And number two, if on their very last set of their exercise, they can do more reps than their first set, even though they're using the same weight, again, they're not pushing hard enough. But now you might be thinking, okay, so if...
It doesn't work like that in lifting. It doesn't work like that.
more sets help and training closer to failure helps, then why not just do more sets and take them all to failure?
I always try to remind folks that there are downstream effects.
That's why this guy looks the way he does, bald and skinny and weak. And that's why Jeremy Ethier looks skinny, bald, and weak. Because no more adaptations. But they're going to tell you how to build muscle.
Of every training decision that you make.
How can somebody that has never built it naturally, right?
I cannot say
tell
we are
you
certainly
how you're
doomed,
going to
but
build
we-
it. They're going to try to, they haven't figured it out yet. Think about it. He's making a video saying things about maybe this is good, this will work or that will work. If they knew what worked, if they knew what built muscle, they could get straight to the point. He can make one video and tell you this is how you build muscle. But why does Jeremy Ethier have to make 1,000, 10,000 videos on how to build muscle? Has he not figured it out yet? Like, think about that carefully,
This
friends.
is our
Has
Presidente.
Jeremy Ethier not figured out what built muscle after being on this platform for like 7 years or 8 years or whatever, how long he's been here now? 7 years or some shit. After 10,000 videos, he hasn't figured out what the fuck builds muscle, bro. Maybe failure. Well, maybe this does, or that, or this, or this. And look at the way he looks in this goof.
What that means is if you take all of your sets to failure, you're going to feel terrible after the session. Then you might have some
You may feel terrible if you take it all to, whatever, failure, yeah.
fatigue and soreness the next few days. If that
Oh, you may get some fatigue and soreness. Well, there you go the next day. Maybe you got an adaptation there, see?
lasts
Okay, so now that you got an adaptation, you got some fatigue and soreness. I don't know what kind of soreness. Maybe it's fatigue, maybe it's soreness, you overworked yourself. Maybe it's not an adaptation. But if you did, what do you need to do? You need to be in positive nitrogen balance the rest of the week.
for a little bit longer, maybe you can't train again or train effectively, and then you've actually decreased your frequency throughout the week. And maybe that
How skinny this guy is. He never built any muscle. That's why they're all trying to figure it out, because they've never built it.
inhibits some of the total volume that you could do because you were so fatigued from it.
So if your goal is building muscle as fast as possible, the key isn't trying to...
If your goal is to build muscle as fast as possible, then I suggest you don't watch any of these people who have never built it. You have to go to a channel that actually built it natural, yes, and he can prove it to you. Get it? He can prove it to you. Not only can he prove it to you physically, but he can prove it with science. Get it? You understand? He can explain it to your dumb brain so that you can understand it.
maximize everything at once. It's choosing the training style that allows you to train hard, train consistently, and avoid injury. And that usually
It's all shit. This is all shit, bro. He's just making this stuff up.
comes down to two main approaches. The first is what I call the intensity method. And if you hate spending hours in the gym, you're gonna love this.
If somebody loves training to failure, then
Why do you need a intensity method?
Time
You
is
need an
precious.
adaptation. Get it? Who cares? And this guy with the train of failure again, this skinny, look at him. He has no arms, man, no forearms. There's nothing, no shoulders. He has never lifted a weight in his entire life, and he's going to tell you how to build muscle, bro. Get it? This scarecrow.
they can go and knock out all of their sets to failure. Perhaps they don't need as many total sets, maybe even 5 sets a week or so on a muscle
Whatever.
group.
You only do 5 to
Yeah, 5 sets for muscle growth. Yeah, 5 sets, and muscles will magically grow out of thin air. Yeah.
12 sets per muscle per week. So for chest, you might do 3 sets of bench,
Yes, 12 sets per muscle per week, and then bingo, there's muscles. Yes, muscles magically grow. That's why what's his face over here is massive, like the Michelin Man.
3 sets of incline, and 2 sets of cable flies. That's 8 sets for the entire week. Your whole chest workout
Okay, so
might take just over 20 minutes, and you might be in the gym as little as 3 or 4 hours a week. But remember, you're taking every set to failure. And I'm not talking, oh, this is
3 or 4 hours a week. Okay, he's coming in every day lifting.
hitting hard failure. I mean, you physically cannot move the weight another.
Yes, I'll just force the muscles and they'll magically grow. Let me force them with this weight. Look, grow. But weights break muscles down. That's what they do. So how can they grow if they break them down? You're going to get smaller. You get smaller from lifting weights, bro. It shrinks you. Doesn't make you bigger. Only the inflammation makes you bigger. So he's probably measuring the inflammation and claiming it's muscle growth.
Itch. Your muscles are shaking, your face is red, and you're making weird noises. It is mentally
Look how skinny he is. Look how small these guys are.
tough, but I have personally seen many lifters switch to this approach and see way better gains with half the sets. Because for the first time in their life,
Yeah, he got leaner there. Notice that? That's about it. What gains? He lost some body fat. He was fat.
they're training with actual intensity instead of just running on autopilot with 3 sets of 10. But I will admit,
Intensity builds muscles. That's it.
each set is a mental battle, which is why there's a second option. With the volume method, you do more sets, like 12 to 20 sets per muscle per week, but you stop 2 or 3 reps short of failure. So that same chest workout becomes 4 sets of bench, 4 sets of dips, 4 sets of incline, and 4 sets of cable flies. Each set is easier, but the workouts are longer. Now, which approach is actually better?
The difference is pretty small. We get hung up on looking in the weeds at what is the statistical difference in this, but we're talking about a few millimeters. So whatever somebody is going to enjoy and adhere to the most, they should do that.
Now, for me personally, I do a mix of both. So for arms and back, I actually prefer fewer sets pushed all the way to failure. And whenever I'm short on time, I also use the intensity approach. But for muscle groups like legs, taking sets to failure can honestly be brutal and hard for me to recover from. So
Yes, take it to failure. Don't try to get an adaptation. Just take everything to failure and fucking stress the shit out of your muscle, man, and get small. Yes, okay.
often prefer adding an extra set or
That's not how you get an adaptation, by being adapted and going to failure.
2 instead. But define what works the best for you.
That'll actually age you, stress you out, age you, and make your muscles smaller.
Here is an upper and lower body workout with the intensity approach. And here are those same workouts, but with the volume approach. So try out both and see what style you're personally more likely to stick to. But regardless of which approach you choose, if you're training this hard, you have to be smart about how many sets you're doing in each workout.
This is pretty
Oh, really? You're training smart, eh? None of these people are training smart. They're all training dumb.
recent paper from us by Jake Remmert, one of my PhD students right now, who just did a
Oh my God, they need these papers and they need all these statistics and laboratories to figure out that all you need is an adaptation and be in positive nitrogen balance. How stupid is this shit?
fantastic job on this. Unlike
ridiculous.
the other meta-regression from Pelland, where we want to see the number of sets per week, we wanted to see where you tap out for those diminishing returns in sets per session. We found that right
Diminishing returns per session. What diminishing returns of what?
about 10, 11 sets per session per muscle group. So over that, we aren't sure if we're really getting more growth. And now that could be for physiological reasons. It could be for
We're not sure if we're getting any more growth out of this. You're not getting any growth from exercise, you dumbass.
fatigue, right? We're training in such a fatigue state that we're not really accomplishing anymore. But what that suggests to me is that this is where frequency becomes a variable that becomes to be important.
And all this means is rather than doing 12 sets of chest all in one workout, split those sets up into at least 2 separate days per week. Based on Mike's analysis, that one switch has the potential to speed up your gains by up to 30%, which is why upper lower
Yeah, sure, it's gonna speed up your gains, man. Again, it's gonna speed it up, bro.
splits, push-pull leg splits, and full body splits are great options to organize your training. Now for me personally, my favorite split is this 5-day upper-lower push-pull leg split. But the exact split matters much less than choosing one that actually fits your schedule and lets you stay consistent. And if you stick to what we covered so far, depending on your experience, you should be able to build 3 to 8 pounds of muscle over the next 6 months. But you can speed up those gains even.
You should be 3 to 8 pounds of muscle in the next, whatever, month or something, you said? Okay, man, whatever, bro.
Further, by choosing the right exercises.
A mistake that some newbies might make, especially with this social media age and there's so much information, is there's a lot of exercises you could be doing, but you aren't in a position where you can efficiently learn many exercises.
That's Steve Hall, a pro drug-tested natural bodybuilder who has gained 40...
Yes, a pro drug-tested, yes, natural bodybuilder, oh.
5 pounds of muscle throughout his 20-year lifting career.
20-year lifting career, he put on what? Fake 10 pounds of muscles, okay.
He explained how there's 3 stages when it comes to choosing your exercises, starting with beginners.
It took him 20 years to put on 10 pounds, okay, man.
He explained how there's 3
That's worse than being locked up in prison.
stages when it comes to choosing your exercises, starting with beginners.
Yeah, at least for those novice lifters, fewer exercises, just general movement patterns, a press, a pull, a squat, a hip hinge, and then you can kind of build from there.
In fact, with just these 6 core exercises done 3 times a week, you can build well over 10 pounds of muscle.
What? Just these core exercises per week, you can build well over 10 pounds of muscles. 3 times per week. Not if you're not getting an adaptation, you won't. Not if you're not positive nitrogen balance, you won't.
But once you actually put on some muscle and have at least 2 or 3 years of consistent training under your belt, you might notice those same compound
Oh my God, you have to have 2 to 3 years of consistent training, of breaking your body down, man, breaking proteins down. You have to have consistent breaking proteins down your body so you can build this muscle. Bullshit.
have limitations. This is where stage 2 comes in. It is where most people plateau.
Once you're at this point, as an intermediate, you've probably really grown some of your strong genetic.
This is where most people plateau. You know where they plateau in the beginning right away. In the second week, that's where they start to plateau. Okay, because they're not getting any more stupid adaptations. Duh.
Well-endowed muscle groups, because your body is just, it wants to move the weight A to B the most efficient way possible.
For example, squats did a great job of growing my glutes and inner thighs, but my quads barely budged. And bench press never really did much for my chest and often just bugged my shoulders. It wasn't until I started doing hack squats for quads and more machine and cable work for my chest.
It builds muscle as a protection against the eccentric exercise, because that's the most dangerous exercise. So you want to focus on that. Eccentric exercise is where damage, the adaptation happens and where muscles grow. Bro, get it, dude. And you got to be in positive nitrogen balance.
Did these areas finally start responding? But I know for others, it's the complete opposite.
There are some exercises that really suit certain body types versus others.
At this stage, you need to become your own guinea pig and figure out what your body and your joints respond best to. And this is also a stage where you might add a few more specialized exercises, especially for muscles that tend to lag behind, like the rear delts, upper chest, or lats. But here's a list of a few exercises for each muscle that I find tend to work well for most people. Try 2 or 3 of these out per muscle and pay close attention to which ones feel the best on your joints and give you the best pump and next day soreness. Those are likely going to be your...
The next day, they give you a great pump, and the next day, some soreness. The next day, soreness? Yeah, okay, whatever, man. You're not getting anything next day soreness. You're getting sore from your workout that same day, bro, when you go home. And you're fatigued and sore.
Winners. And so by the time you've reached stage 3, you've figured out which exercises actually grow your muscles the best. So instead of constantly changing exercises, you simply double down on the ones that work and rotate them only when needed.
Yes, just be adapted to the exercises, rotate with the exercises, be adapted to ones that you don't need to change your exercises up so you could get new adaptations. Just focus on the same ones over and over again. Going there 3 times a week, 4 times a week, 5 times a week adapted, get it, without getting any more adaptations, because the muscles will magically grow anyways. Who gives a shit, right?
May or may not like this question, but I'm just curious. If you could pick one exercise for every single muscle, what would they be?
You're right, I don't love it, but I'll play ball. Delts, I'll go for a cross-body cable lateral raise. Triceps, I really like skull crusher.
Really?
Variations, dumbbell squat.
Okay, does it really matter? It doesn't matter what you go for. If you're not getting an adaptation, right, there's going to be nothing to grow there and being in positive nitrogen balance.
crushers probably are the most sustainable for me. Then for biceps, I will say Bayesian curls are a big go-to. For chest, I struggle with my chest. I will go for good converging machine press. For lats, I will say any sort of shoulder width.
The majority of these people that are pulling these weights, they all eat carbohydrates. Their diets are like 80% carbohydrate, man. So exactly what are you building there exactly? Carbohydrate muscles? You're building carbohydrate muscles, okay. Show and tell, right? For show and tell.
To slightly inside shoulder width. Lat pull down works super well for me. And then for my upper back.
I know, they got a pump. So that's the most important thing. They got pumped. So they're coming in to build sarcoplasmic muscle, pump training. They're pump training. They're not looking for adaptations in muscular training. They're looking for pump training, like he said, pump. They're looking for pumped.
Good pronated grip, shoulder width, or slightly wider machine row suits me down to the ground. Glutes, like a machine hip thrust. Can't go wrong with it. Quads, if you've tried a lot of hack squats, the Cybex one, like a lot of well-trained lifters kind of acknowledge it as one of the best. It's very challenging and humbling. Hamstrings, a good RDL.
And then, last but not least, calves.
A straight leg calf raise. Can't beat it.
And what's exciting about the stage is even someone like me, I'm still discovering exercises that unlock new growth. My chest and back are good examples.
He is. Wow, he's still discovering new exercises that create growth. Man, he's discovering new exercises that magically grow muscles, bro. Get it, man? Jesus Christ.
Examples. They've grown more in the past couple of years than they have in a long time.
In the last couple years, they've grown. He's grown in the last couple years. Must have increased the carbohydrates and the inflammation, or who knows what's going on here. I just think it's all bullshit, man. Before, after, I don't think so. I think it's the same look, man. It's full of it. This guy's never changed.
Even though my body weight didn't change that much. But while training,
See, his body weight didn't change that much because he never changed.
is the engine that drives muscle growth. Your nutrition is a fuel.
What's the engine that drives muscle growth? Oh, nutrition.
And the most important question.
And what's he eating here? Oh, rice, right. He's eating rice. And guess what? He's building sarcoplasmic muscles. Get it? Show and tell.
To answer is how
And then he's going to claim that it's myofibrillar growth, bro. Get it, dude?
much should you eat? Take a look at this chart. Now let's start over here.
Yes, how much peasant slave food carbohydrate diet should you eat so that you can fake it? Okay, I don't know. How much?
Above 20% body fat for men or above 30% for women. If that's you, then while it may not look like it, you actually have...
That's why he has you training every day in the week. Bro, the reason why this goof has you training 3, 4, 5 times, 6 times a week in the gym is because you're burning body fat, right? But then you're gonna get pumped and you're not really gaining any, you're not gonna gain myofibrillar growth, that's for sure. Okay, training all that time in the gym. And man, you're just getting pumped and you're getting inflammation and pumped. That's it, because you're still eating carbs.
A unique advantage.
There's about 5 times the energy in the fat tissue compared to the lean tissue.
Look at this guy. This is Eric Helms. He's a professional in building muscles. I guess he's off his steroids. That's why he shrunk.
And if your body believes it needs to build muscle because you're giving it a resistance training stimulant.
Oh, if your body needs to build muscle, yes, a stimulus, yes.
Some more body fat may be metabolized to feed that.
That's Dr. Eric.
Some more body fat would be metabolized to feed that. Yeah, I don't know about that, man. Okay.
Helms, a muscle growth scientist and pro-natural bodybuilder. If you haven't...
Oh, he's oh my God, muscle building scientist and pro-natural bodybuilder, bro. Jesus. Go figure.
Enough body fat, he suggests you want to aim for a body recomposition, losing fat while building muscle. You probably don't...
Losing fat while building muscle. Well, yeah, that can be, I said, that can be achieved, right? See what I mean? It can happen, but they're not building any muscle.
You don't need to be in a surplus. And you might be able to make just as good of gains. Probably not exactly as good, but pretty close. You're going to get a little more bang for your buck visually, accepting like 80 to 70% of the muscle gain you could have got, but losing body fat at an appreciable rate. But the trick is you don't want to be in a large deficit. The likelihood of muscle mass losses scales with the deficit size. I would probably cap your deficit at, say, losing 0.5% of your body weight per week.
So if you multiply your body weight by 0.005, that is how much weight you want to aim to lose per week, which means you're eating about 250, max 500 calories less than your body needs per day. Many of our app members follow this exact protocol and end up seeing a complete transformation, even though their weight hasn't changed that much. I personally saw it with my brother-in-law's 6-month transformation too. While he only lost about 12 pounds on the scale, he actually lost around 20 pounds of fat while gaining 7 pounds of lean mass. But if you're serious about maximizing growth, you actually don't want to use this approach forever.
And in those scenarios, you can probably, until you get below that cutoff, that 20 or 30% respective body fat percentage level, just based loosely on the data, that's the point where you might go, you know what, if muscle gain rather than fat loss is my principal goal, now I'm going to move it closer to maintenance or a slight surplus.
So if you're lean enough, this is actually where more calories can help maximize growth.
There's a great study by Rosnick and colleagues, 2002. Untrained university-age males, they go into a hypertrophy-oriented program, and they're being given either nothing, just follow your habitual diet, or a 2,000 calorie weight gain shake. They were just so responsive to training, they gained almost a pound a week of lean mass and body mass. So exclusive at the group level, lean gains over 8 weeks, almost a pound a week when they added those 2,000 calories.
Yeah, sure they did. They added calories. Yes, they got to pay a pound of muscle a week. Are you sure it was muscle and it wasn't fucking sarcoplasmic?
For context,
it wasn't fluid.
Most new lifters can expect to gain 10 to 20 pounds of lean mass after
they could expect, okay,
full year of training. And just by pairing
full year of training, they could expect with maybe they got an adaptation here and there, yeah? Or maybe they got 0 adaptations. They can expect without getting any more adaptations. Is that what you're saying? So when the group came back in the second week, they got much less damage. So they can expect to get 10 pounds, right, in a year. Because now they're getting 0 adaptations.
I don't know about you,
doesn't make any sense, man.
I woke up today.
Hard training with a large calorie surplus, these students were able to gain.
I know. They're going to go to failure.
8 after just 2.
Everyone has to do their bit for the
new lifters and students, plus 8 pounds in 2 months. They got 8 pounds in 2 months. How do you know it was all myofibrillar growth, though?
2 months of training. What?
Here in the stadium, and the FIFA World Cup is just
to gain 8 after just 2 months of training. But that same approach isn't going to work for
They got 8 pounds in 2 months of training. Where did it all come from in the first week? Second week, that's it.
Everyone. The key is scaling.
And I doubt it was 8 pounds. Probably carbohydrates as well is involved there at the end of the month. It was all carbs, pumped and shit. They got pumps.
Your calories based on your potential to grow.
Your nutrition is permissive to growth. So if you are a rank beginner.
Your nutrition is permissive to growth. Well, yeah, if you're not on positive nitrogen balance, you're not going to build jack shit whether you got an adaptation or not.
% gain in body mass per month, that's a great target, and it should be enough to not hold you back. And if you are intermediate, somewhere closer to 1%, and then if you're advanced, which hopefully also comes with the ability to precisely track your nutrients, that might be something closer to 0.5%.
And so based on Eric's advice, here's the exact approach I'd recommend, depending on your experience level and how much body fat you're carrying. But with your calories now figured out, how much protein should you eat? Considering protein has been put into literally every...
Good question. If you're coming in 3, 4, 5 days a week in the gym, right, breaking proteins down, how much proteins do you need to outpace the breakdown?
Nowadays, it must be a game changer for growth, right? Well, the real answer might surprise you.
So protein overall has a very small effect.
So I made a whole past video on this, and while
protein overall has a very small effect, protein doesn't build muscles. What is he drinking here? Protein is like eating a steak. What the fuck is that?
Protein does support muscle growth. It doesn't play as big of a role as people think. And you don't actually
talking about protein is what builds muscles. Duh. I love this one. This is really getting like stupid. So I know. Working to failure builds muscles. Exercises build muscles, right? Do the same ones over again. And protein, you don't need that to build muscles. Okay, man.
actually need very much to maximize its benefit. So I still
you don't need very much to maximize. You don't need very much. No. What you need are exercises. They build muscles. Yes, Jeremy.
think, say, 1.6 grams per kilogram or higher as a kind of cutoff on the low end is a good idea.
Sure, okay.
7 grams per pound if you're an American.
And it's not like you won't build any muscle if you're not meeting that, right? Again, that's like the minimum
Sure, of course not.
for the maximum.
Exactly. You're still making gains.
I see.
Even as low as 1.2 grams.
You're still making gains, even as low as whatever. Where's the proof of any of this that you're still making gains on this low amount of protein? I don't know what these people are talking about.
Per kilogram, which is like hard to not hit. So
how would they know? They never built any.
You weigh 220 pounds, only consuming 120 grams of protein per day.
Honestly, someone really needs to fix our whole metric and imperial system, but here is a good summary of how much protein you actually need. Now, if protein doesn't
how do you know that? Is it based on your experience? Just making this shit up, man.
matter as much as we thought, then now you may be
I gotta speed this up. This is boring.
wondering, is there anything else you can do with your diet to speed up muscle growth? And yes, there is. Because based on my experience as a coach, the biggest nutrition mistake people make is in protein. It's what they eat or don't eat before their workout. You won't believe the number of times I've
Okay.
had someone start a workout, and I ask what they ate before, and they say something like, oh, 3 hours ago I had a coffee and a granola bar. And what I like to do is about 1.5 to 2 hours before my workout, I'll have...
They had a coffee and a granola bar. I didn't know granola bars and toxic coffee builds muscles. Holy shit, man. So peasant slave food and toxic coffee does. Okay, with sugar in it.
a meal with slow digestion.
Just all of their food, look at the sludge he's eating, because it's all carbohydrates, man. It's all fake. These people faking it. They're fake muscles.
Missing carbs and protein. And so
look at this carb. Yeah, carbs. Carbs build muscles. Sure they do. Yeah, protein doesn't build muscles. We don't need to eat protein. We need to eat carbs, man, because we need to eat sugar and build some sugar muscles. Sure.
Me, that's usually oats with Greek yogurt and protein powder. And that
oats and Greek yogurt. Oats build muscles, man. Get it? And Greek yogurt. Holy shit, with a lot of sugar in it. Okay.
And about 30 minutes before training, I'll have some fast digesting carbs. Now these get right into...
Of course, he's going to have some fast digesting carbs so he can pump up his muscles and fake it. Get it?
My bloodstream, and I can feel the energy almost immediately. I usually don't last very long, but when
I don't know why, because it's being pumped into your muscles. That's why.
I eat like this, I can go hard for hours. But of course,
Of course, when you eat like this, you could go hard for hours. Go harder, yes. Keep lifting, yes. It's the whole point, yeah.
Discussion about diet would be complete without talking about supplements. It's super cost effective. It just has a real...
No exercise plan would be complete without talking about supplements. Supplements like what? Build muscles?
Really good track record of having small but pretty consistent positive effects on muscle growth.
That's Dr. Eric Trexler.
Yeah, small but positive effects on muscle growth. The supplements, they don't build muscles, bro.
Researcher out of Duke University who has published studies on pretty much every supplement you can think of. And the supplement he's referring to is creatine, which has been found to boost your lean mass.
Here we go, creatine. See, it's gonna boost your lean mass 2 to 3 pounds. Get it? It's all fake. It's water. It's usually 5 pounds. 5 pounds of water, and then it goes away.
By as much as 2 to 3 pounds in the first 8 to 12 weeks. But there's two
Yeah, and it never works again. Want to know why? Because you're just maintaining the water in there by taking the creatine.
downsides to keep in mind about this number. First of all, most of that lean mass is simply...
Look at that fool, man. Look at him. These people are so dumb, man.
a one-time boost from creatine pulling water into your muscles to help...
Yeah, you want to pull water into your muscles so you can have fake water muscles. That's the whole point, yeah.
Look fuller. So it's not like you're going to continue...
Make them look fuller, yes. So you can fool people.
Continue getting a big boost every 8 to 12 weeks forever.
So if you can't get stronger building myofibrillar growth, you can fool people into making them believe you're strong, get it? By looking the part, yes, okay.
And the second downside is something I personally notice whenever I do take creatine.
Some people do
These are the kind of people that you want to arm wrestle. You definitely want to arm wrestle these fake muscle builders, because when you build your muscles real and you arm wrestle them, you just fucking break off their arm and then feed it to them.
not respond to creatine. Some studies will suggest it's like 20 to 30%.
As for how to tell if it is working,
If you were getting 10 reps with that weight and
Yes, let's just cheat our way through life, man. Just cheat our way through everything here, yes.
you add some creatine to the mix, and pretty soon after adding the creatine, you're getting an extra 2 or 3 reps, so like a 20 or 30% increase in that.
That's how all these guys on the last video he did with this Asian guy, that's how they all got pumped up. He gave them all creatine and then they faked it in the end. It was all fake, man. The whole thing was fake. Any gain they got in body weight, like whatever it was, and them getting this pretend lean, it was because of the creatine. He fed it to all of them. It was fake. The whole test was fake.
That kind of rep range.
and while Eric and I did talk about a handful of other supplements, I honestly don't think you need any to build 20 pounds or more of muscle. I mean, look at people.
You don't need supplements to build real myofibrillar growth.
In suboptimal conditions, like prisoners with no supplements and limited protein. They can still build serious
Prisoners, they got nothing better to do all day, man. Exercise and do a bunch of weird shit. Man, they take steroids in prison too.
muscle as long as a training stimulus is there. But that's only going to work if it's paired with the final piece of the muscle building puzzle.
Yeah, they don't have to work, man. They can sleep and work out and eat, do whatever. Who cares?
You stimulate the muscle to grow, but then don't give it the chemical signal that it needs.
Stimulate the muscle to grow. Stimulate. You mean get an adaptation so that there's something for the muscle to grow and then be in positive nitrogen balance, yeah.
To do so, it's eventually going to just shrink.
That's Dr. Andrew Spector.
Yeah, it's going to eventually just shrink because it's going to shrink because the stimulus was to shrink the muscles because you're coming in often, you're adapted.
A board-certified neurologist and sleep specialist at Duke University. And the chemical signal he's referring to comes from sleep.
The body actually produces more growth hormone and testosterone when you slept better. So if you want to build muscle, you have to get the sleep. And then the other side of that is if you don't sleep following a workout, you're not going to have the recovery time. And the body has to have that rest to be able to rebuild and regenerate. So if you go into a workout sleep deprived, or if you don't have recovery sleep, you're limiting what you can possibly achieve.
And according to Andrew, it's not just about getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night.
Because if you're getting 7 hours and waking up and still not feeling refreshed, there was something wrong with the quality of that sleep, right? 7 hours ought to be at least mostly refreshing for somebody.
Based on Andrew's research, there's 3 main ways many of us sabotage our sleep quality without us even realizing.
I'm craving curry tonight, so I...
3 main ways many of us sabotage our sleep quality without us even realizing.
So the environment plays a much bigger role than people give it credit for. And so when we say you want your room to be dark and quiet, everybody intuitively knows that, but they don't necessarily know what dark means. And all these chargers around your room that have LED lights on them, or your smoke detector with an LED light, I mean, that's actually too much light, just from the LEDs in your room. The goal in dark is that you can't see your hand in front of your face. And if you can still see the room around you while you're trying to sleep, that's not the dark we're talking about. Quiet, I don't have a measure. It's hard to measure the noise. We don't easily do that. But yeah, you do want it dark and quiet.
While most of us aren't going to install blackout curtains and a noise-canceling room, you can spend just $15 on Amazon for something I use every night and something Andrew recommends everyone else use as well: an eye mask and earplugs. These 2 items alone can make 7 hours in bed start to feel like a restful 8 or 9 hours, especially when it's paired with Andrew's 3rd tip.
And people are often trying to sleep when it's too hot. The body needs it to be cold to sleep. And if you can program your thermostat so that it drops even during the night, so by 2, 3, 4 in the morning it's even colder, that's preferable because that's when you really need it to be cold to sustain sleep well.
Now, some nights of bad sleep are still bound to happen, but there is something you can do to prevent it from sabotaging your next day performance and recovery.
It can be hard to get enough sleep overnight, and naps have been shown repeatedly to improve athletic performance. I can tell you about sprinting, for example. A sprinter, they sleep deprived the sprinter to 4 hours and they did a nap. 20 minutes, that's it, just 20 minutes, doesn't need to be a long nap. Then in another session, they did 4 hours of sleep and that sprint speed decreased several percentage. Now, 2 to 3% may not sound like a huge amount, but if you're competing at a higher level, that 2 to 3% is usually the difference between first and like 8th place, right? That's the margin of elite athlete.
Keep in mind, nothing we covered so far with training, nutrition, or recovery is magic, but it does work. I've personally seen it with men and women of all different ages and body types, because the biggest challenge isn't knowing what to do, it's
of course it's magic.
Actually applying it consistently week after week. And if you want someone to take care of all that guesswork for you, literally tell you exactly what workouts to do and what nutrition to follow based on your body so that all you have to do is execute, then you can try 2 weeks free of my Built with Science Plus app by scanning this QR code or heading to builtwithscience.com. After that, give this video a watch next for a new 3-day per week full body workout that can get you solid gains, whether you're a beginner or intermediate. Thank you.
Right, because this video didn't work, he's got another video for you to get you solid gains, right? So 3 days, going 3 days a week. Wasn't this one about 3 days a week too as well? He said 3 days a week, right, to failure. So I guess if that one doesn't work, the only workout you need for 2026, do this 3 times a week. Oh man, get it, dude? It never ends with this dude. See you in the next one. Tell us what you think about that. Like, subscribe, support the channel. Oh man, I'm out of here, dude.
So much for watching. I'll see you next time. This is a skinny guy.
See you in the next one. Ciao, friends.
Remember, loose lips might sink ships, so tighten your lips with a Tropicon-made spanner. You won't regret it.
I'll be damned if the first time I fly on a private jet, I'm wearing jeans. Oh, I'm dripped out, baby. That's right, you heard me right. You heard me right. I decided I'm gonna tell you guys. Obviously, I can't divulge too much information, but I'm going on a private jet today, bro. This is actually crazy. I don't know how, why, I don't know who, what, when, where, why. I don't know why this happened, but it's happening. And, you know, the guy texted me, he's like, all right, be here at the aviation at 7:45, so I'm on my way right now. Gonna be there, hopefully 10 minutes early. We'll see. Wait, what does it say? Yeah, perfect. So, and in the text he said, bring your golf clubs. Oh, so I brought my clubs. They're in the trunk. And he also said, dress is casual. Jacket and tie not required. Now, I don't have the tie on, but I've got my pants on, got my shoes on, got my shirt on. I just cleaned it last night. I took a shower too, bro. I took my first shower in about 3 weeks. And I got the jacket on. I think I already said that. But yeah, I'm dressed up because I was in the shower, or I just got out the shower and I was like, all right, what do I put on now? I was like, jeans and a sweatshirt, and I was like, bro, no way. I literally said it yesterday. I've said it the past 3 days because, you know, the past few days I've been, whatever you're focused on is what your life is. And I've been dressing up. So now my life is all, what is this, bro? So now I'm all focused on dressing up, and I'm like, society is collapsing because people don't wear ties anymore. So I'm going on this plane, and I'm like, I'm gonna put on jeans and a sweat. Like, I might as well put on just like a Speedo and nothing else. Like, how am I gonna get on? Like, I'll give you an example. I think when people used to fly like commercially, or anytime they flew anywhere, they'd get all dressed up because it was like a big occasion. And then obviously, like, as time goes on and flying just becomes like riding the bus, like, why would you get dressed up? I mean, you don't get dressed up to ride the bus, but it applies to everything. Like, you don't get, it just translates to everything else in your life. Obviously that makes sense. You're not dressing up to go to work, so you don't dress up to go on a plane. You don't dress up to blah, 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 and, you know, X, Y, Z, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So I'm just thinking to myself, like, I don't, it feels kind of weird because the guy said dress as casual and now I'm not dressed casually. But I mean, I don't want, good job, lady. I don't want to show up wearing jeans. Like me personally, I decided, I made my own personal decision to get a little bit dressed up because, just because, that's a matter of principle. It's my first time on a private jet. Let me be clear. It's my first time on a private jet. So I'm getting dressed up, bro. And I was also thinking, I was like, what if I'm you know, when you're overdressed. But bro, I don't think you can be overdressed unless you, I was thinking about that. Like, is the guy gonna be upset with me because I'm all dressed up and he's not, or what? How is that gonna work? And I'm like, then I literally said to myself, like, who gives a shit, dude? I remember going to a this party in Florida that this guy that I used to work for, he invited me to it at his mansion, and I went to it, and I brought this Chiquita too, and she got all dressed up, and I had like a full suit on, but I just remember the week leading up to it, dude, that's just who I am. I was so worried about what I was gonna wear. I was like asking the guys that I knew were going, I was like, yo, what are you guys gonna wear? Oh, what should I wear? Oh, you got, like, I just didn't know. So I literally, that's where I got this jacket and like all this whole outfit from. Actually, I don't even know where, I have matching pants, but I don't know where they are. But I literally went and got like a whole fit just for this event. I made it such a big deal in my head, and everything is just a matter of how it appears in your head. I don't even like feel or think anything about this. Like, I'm about to go on this little trip ski, and I'm dressed not casually, but I just don't give a shit ski. Like, I just don't care. Let me tell you something that happened yesterday. I was chit-chatting with the guys at work, and we went into this guy's office. The guy who is like he's a key account manager, so you know all these key account managers. He's a key account manager. And I think he's like a key account manager. He's high up there. And he started talking about like who's the best key account manager at the company. And then he's like, oh, I don't want to sound all egotistical. And he kept saying that. He's like, I don't want to sound like an egomaniac. But it's like, bro, I told him, look at yourself from like third person. Oh boy, service engine soon. What is that about? Oh, well, that's excellent. Well, at least it's not red and flashing. That would mean stop the car. Dude, whatever, forget about it. Keep going with the story. So the guy was like, he kept on like, dude, he's a very like imposing guy, and he went up and gave a presentation like a few hours before we were having this chat, and I like thought to myself, I think the difference between someone who's like really successful and someone who's like pretty successful in terms of where they want to go. Like this guy, like he literally said, like, oh, I want John's job. That's literally what he said. He said, I want John's job. And then the other guy was like, yeah, you could do that job. Like, yeah, dude, he could. Like, he could do these, like, no doubt, right? Where am I going now? Okay, I'm going through Kelly Square. Oh, look at this guy, bro. Look at these idiots. What are you guys doing? Okay, so I'm going through here. Okay, interesting. Hopefully the car doesn't explode on me. But yeah, the difference is, what I was gonna say was, the difference is like self-belief. Okay, so I think I can go in this lane. Pretty sure. It's a very interesting roundabout system here. Oh, where am I going now? I think still, yeah, here. See, I knew what I was doing. I knew what I was doing. I'm literally a genius. And my engine is blowing up. Is there still 2 lanes here? What's going on? Okay, we're down this road for a little while. So the difference is, did I say the difference? The difference is self-belief. Like, And it's not, yeah, it's delusional self-belief. It's you know, it's like, how do you say it? Sociopathy. It's being a sociopath, which, I mean, it's not really like a good thing, but okay. So this guy trying to make a left. Come on, blood. I got a plane to catch. Come on, man. I gotta get to a plane. A private plane, that is. Imagine. Where are you going? I'm going to catch a flight. A private one. It's a private jet. Yeah. Bro. Yep, that's right. You can. Oh, there we go. But yeah, I think that believing that you're the best at your job and believing that you're better than everyone else. Oh shit, look at that. Oh my. What the heck? Huh. That looks so bad. There's some potholes around here that are like mind-blowingly bad. They're just like, they're like impressively bad. It's like someone deliberately blew up part of the road to see how bad of a pothole they could make. Oh shit, okay, fire engine. Dude, what's going on? I very excited. Self-belief, like, that's all it is. You know, I have to believe in myself. Well, I mean, how is someone gonna believe in you if you don't believe in yourself? You know, how I can't convince this guy he's the best key account manager. If he told me he's the best one, I might believe him. Cause what, like, is he afraid? I mean, I can relate to that so much. But is he afraid that someone's gonna, like, he's gonna get called out? Like, you're not the best. And then he was talking about how he wants to prove. He said he was like, he wanted to prove that he was the best, or he like wanted to prove to everyone around him that he was the best. I mean, there's this thing of, I mean, it's validation from like your coworkers and your higher ups, but like, whose validation are you seeking? I keep asking myself this. Like, this guy that I'm about to go on this plane ride with, do I have to seek his validation? No. Doesn't mean be a total dick. I'm overthinking this one. Oh, what do you know? What do you know, guys? I'm overthinking this one. But yeah, bro, like, here I am. I think I said yesterday, I keep making shit happen, and therefore shit just happens to me. The more stuff I make happen, the more it's just a snowball effect. And then it turns into an avalanche. And then it crushes you. Then you break free. Then you breathe through the snow with a straw. Alright, we're just down this road for a while. Maybe I'll try and get over in this right lane, because technically I'm just being a left lane goober. Theoretically still applies. Oh shit, okay. Good thing we got the M brakes. But yeah, I got the service engine soon light on. That's just I'm in no position for that light to be on, but it is what it is. Maybe it's a catastrophic, like maybe I need new oh wait, oh I know why, because the freaking it's the thermostat again, bro. Because that's why the coolant's running cold. I can't believe this shit, dude. I got the thermostat. I got, like, it's been the cooling system the whole time. Like, there's no other problems with the car. It's always been the cooling system, which I don't know exactly. I mean, that's just the way it is, but whatever. I'm just gonna drive it till the car explodes. I'll just, like, and then when the car explodes, I'll just scrap it, and then I'll get a Honda Civic, like I said. Like, does anyone give a shit about the car you drive? I mean, I love driving this car. I will, like, if I didn't have it, I'd miss it so much. I know I would. But does it really fucking matter, dude? No. What really matters to you? Who's valid? It's funny because, like, recently I've gotten so many compliments on this car, I forget exactly. Just randomly, like recently, I've just been out and about and I've randomly received compliments. And, I mean, that's nice, right? That's nice, it's always nice. But who gives a fuck, bro? Some guy in like a riced out Honda Civic. He was just chilling outside of like this big corporate office. I don't know what he was doing there, but I drove by him as I was leaving and he stuck his hand out the window with a thumbs up. Also, a couple, you know, I've just been on the road a lot. That's why, you know, it's like, oh my God, no, all these people are coming out of nowhere to compliment my car. Well, no, you're just like around more cars, so that's the reason why. Yeah, the coolant temperature is not moving. Life update, guys, life update. What is this? What stadium is this? I don't know anything, bro. I literally don't leave the house. Beacon Bank. Whatever, blood. Whatever, blood. We're right on time, baby. Let's go. So yeah, got 10 more minutes, and I don't. You know, the more you're doing, the less you're thinking. So I don't have thoughts to say. I could just start talking about things that I see. Help wanted, apply within. All right, help wanted. So I think people seem to make a lot of, like, everything's kind of doom and gloom, and it is. I don't know. I keep saying that, you know, when life is what you look for. Oh my God, look at that thing, bro. Life is not doom and gloom. I mean, just if you go outside and turn off your phone, I don't see the. Where's the doom and gloom? Where is it? I don't see it. But maybe that's just me, right? Like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Am I wrong? But I'm trying to think of an example. Like, I'll go on, like, each of my YouTube channels has different videos recommended to me, because like every channel I use depends on my mood and my content. Like, I mean, I do post different content on all the different channels. So, like the chess one, I'll get random videos, you know, promoted, or what am I saying? Random videos recommended to me, and then the car one and the private, the personal one, and so on and so forth. And it's just like, it's all different. But you know, the more you click on a subject, the more you go down the rabbit hole. You go down the rabbit's hole. I haven't filmed one of these in the morning in a long time. I used to do it before work, and now here I am doing it, you know. And then I'll keep talking about time, like I just had that feeling of everything is like over. You know, I got in the shower, I'm like, well, this isn't gonna last very long, and then I'm gonna leave the house, I'm gonna go, and then like everything, I'm just gonna go and do everything, and then everything's just kind of gonna evaporate. It's all ephemeral. It's all fleeting. It's all maybe a little bit frightening. It's frightening if you look at it that way, and it's freeing. So damn, what was the feeling that I had? I had this Worcester State. Hey, I had this feeling of I felt worried in a moment, in a very specific moment, and then I remembered that, like, okay, this isn't gonna last very long. It's gonna be over. Yes, it's gonna be over. And then it feels like, I don't know, the more time goes on, the faster things go, and like the more you realize it's gonna end, and so the less you worry about it. So I really hope that I'm like fast forwarding all the worrying. I have to be who I want to be if I want to be like a successful senior vice president when I'm old. I mean, I gotta have that mentality now. I might not know all the things I need to know at this moment, but I have to act like it. I really do. Because I am that person right now. 20 years from now does not exist, because it just doesn't. Bruh. It's a weird feeling. Yesterday, actually, my GF came over. I don't know if I told you guys that, and I was playing chess, and I had lost the game, and then I played another one to get the points back, and I lost again. And then I lost like 2 more in a row, and then, bro, then I lost like 5 in a row. And at that point, I was playing, and my GF was just sitting there, and she didn't say anything. But I was like, yeah, well, I should be spending time with her, but no, I'm just sitting here playing chess. And I did that for like, it took me 2 hours, and I finally crawled my way back up. I should say clawed. It's technically the right word. But I clawed my way back to where just about where I had started. What are you guys doing, bro? Bunch of retards. Ooh, that felt nice. Ooh, yes. Oh, we're almost here. Oh, hey. Let's see if I can warm the car up, but I can't though. It's still cold. I mean, dude, this thing sounds so nice, but the thermostat is broken. It's gotta be. What else could it be?
It is a great day.
Damn, see here, I'm already here. I don't know exactly where to go, but... Hahaha, this is crazy. I love it. I love it, yes. I don't know, bro. I'm just doing shit, bro. What even is this? What even is life? What am I worried about? My brain is still on survival mode when our lives are so easy. There's not much surviving to do. I have to like train myself to believe that. I have to believe it. I have to be it before I am it. What am I trying to be? That's the problem, right? The problem is like, how can you, if you like know what you want, but you don't know how to get there, how can you be the thing if you don't know the steps to take? But it's like, you don't need to know. No one ever really knows. You just kind of go with it, right? You're just like, you just go with it. You just say yes to the dress, baby. Yes. Okay, this is Wrightski. WSU. Okay, Worcester State Parking. I'm going this way. I'm going to the airport. See you later, losers. Yeah, the engine's still running it like, it's not all the way cold, but it's like right in the blue, which is just weird. Alright, okay, we still got a ways to go. I've never been to this airport. Really don't have any reason to. I mean, ain't no 747s flying out of here, I don't think. Sick, though. I think planes are cool. I think planes are cool. I think trains are cool. I think trains are actually cooler. Oh, shoot, look at this. Oh my, this might be like confidential information here. I might have to turn the camera off pretty soon. But yeah, as you guys can see. Airport. Actually can't see any planes, but I'm assuming, I mean, they're all very small, so. Okay, so I'll make a left ski up here, so. Alright. Damn, ain't much to think about. Just go, baby. Just go. I'm getting on my private plane. In my dripped out uniform. Look good, feel good. I mean, I'm not going on a private plane wearing my freaking suspenders, bro, and my tighty whities. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, sue me, you know? Just sue me. Should we see if we can, like, go, like, see where the planes are at? Hahaha. Emergency staging, what does that mean? Is that where all the comedians are? Yeah. Bro, let me cook. Dude, this is insane, honestly, I guess. It's just another day in the office, though, and this is strictly business, right? Strictly business. I mean, he did say we might play golf, so. This is what happens when you're, you know, when you ball like me. You just ball like me. No, I have to say that, though. Dude, one day this will be my private jet. Why not? All right, so we're up here. I think I came the right. I really don't know. Oh boy, I really hope this is the right place. Oh shoot, this doesn't seem like the right place. Dude, wait, there's like some E-46s over there. What's going on? Dude, I gotta make sure I'm in the right place. All right, guys, I gotta figure this out ASAP. See ya.
Canal Uno wishes a warm welcome to any new Tropicans fresh from the immigration office. Not many people can get past the 50th round of testing. Airplanes have revolutionized warfare, yet Tropico still has no air force. An official palace statement says, learn to fly one, then we will get planes. Concerned about foreign trade putting you out of a job? Fear not! The customs office is here to protect you by monitoring international trade.
I'm sure the good citizen... The election is a landslide, Presidente. The metaphorical kind, not the kind that accidentally reduces the size of the workforce.
They call me a few opportunities. Can I help you?
The palace issued a new world map today, revealing that the Allies and the Axis both lost ground, while Tropico has annexed Greenland and Antarctica.